So that's the social side of it. I think it's really important that that's the place to start and to focus on. Rather than diving into the most deep curriculum activity for your first experience of doing this virtually. And that's what I'm hearing from teachers at the moment. Everyone's trying to get into a routine for teaching virtually. And then now they're thinking, okay, maybe I've got a space I could be putting Minecraft. And how can I do that? Well, if we take a pedagogical look at it, there's quite a few examples of fun things we could be doing. I thought starting with events and gatherings is a really great thing to do. So set aside the curriculum and think about what kind of gathering could you have. We saw in Lucas Gillespie's video, a club, a games club, and they were doing gathering in Minecraft on a schedule. And I think that's an important point to make, is to try and have a regular schedule for things. So I've suggested there you could have just Freaky Friday. It's 1 hour. You host a world on Friday afternoon or Friday morning or whenever on Friday for the kids, and put a challenge out there for them. And as you saw in that video, let them go crazy building and designing and working together. Now, the nice thing you'll find in that sort of space, and Marianne Noclue can attest to this, kids will start, and so will Lynn, kids will start talking to kids different to the kids they talk to in class. All of a sudden, they'll start making new associations in the virtual space. And so you need to leave room for that. So leave room for them to have their own conversation, to create their own friendships in the space. And that's a really exciting thing to watch. For a multiplayer world, I think Freaky Friday is a great idea. It's a low stakes effort for a teacher to host. And I'll go through the technical aspects of hosting in a little bit. And it's a great place to test how it works, how many kids you can get in, what's the tolerance, how well your kids behave. It's something you can post to parents, say, okay, Freaky Friday, come watch what your child is doing, and have a bit of fun. Host a class assembly. Why not host an assembly once a week and do it in Minecraft? As you do with other things, you could have kids get up and speak about something or a project they've been on, and how you'd like to go forward with that. So it's not a big deal to host a small assembly. You could have a child write a poem or create the space for the school assembly, and then you come in and see what they've created. You can have one-off events, so birthday parties or block parties, some kind of little celebration for the kids that are having birthdays while they're away from school. Can be a fun thing to do, low stress for the teacher. Kids can all bring something in or build something in the world to say happy birthday to that person. One I particularly like doing is host remote class photo day. Have the kids dressed up in their favourite skin in Minecraft, and then come in and take a photo of the class gathered together. Or host a treasure hunt. And there are several that are already designed that you can use, and I'll tell you a little bit more about those. Or have the kids build the treasure hunt, and then for the teacher to come in and find the treasure. The picture you can see on the left is graduation day in Japan. This is for a school that couldn't host their primary school graduation. And so they did it in Japan. And so that person standing in the foreground that you can see is the principal. And then all the kids.
I'm sorry, Brian, the picture's not showing.
Oh, on the left of class events and gatherings?
We're seeing the word social. We're seeing the actual slide, not the actual
presentation. Oh, okay. You seeing it now?
Perfect.
Yep.
It's a little large. Maybe zoom out.
So I don't have it zoomed up. It's
okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I can see most of it.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I've got so many windows open at the moment. I can't tell what you're seeing and what I'm seeing is whether it's different. I've got the chat open and the new people coming in.
Good. I just love seeing the creepers graduating.
Yeah. So
See-
this was their school graduation, and from all I've heard about it, it was a great success. But a fun activity and something the kids enjoyed doing. And there's been plenty of stories recently of kids building, some aspect of school, the playground, and joining in. So Minecraft Club, multiplayer fun activities. I mean, if I was in a classroom, I'd be hosting Freaky Friday. I think that would just be a fun way to end the week. And you could make it some summary of things they've done during the week in a fun way, or host an assembly in Freaky Friday. So in terms of, are you guys seeing the chat and the other bits of Zoom that I've got on screen, or just
Nope, just your slideshow.
Okay, great, because I have a myriad of things on. So I think then setting challenges is a really great way to go. You'll see from Lucas's video that they had a challenge. It wasn't just open fields, because to me that's a bit like an art lesson where the teacher gives you a piece of paper, all the paint, and says, now paint.
Wait a second. I don't completely agree with that, Brian. I mean,
You don't have to.
okay, just holding that little space there.
But to me, to teachers getting started, which is the voice we're talking to today, I think. Anyway, to me, that's confronting the piece of blank paper. Now, if someone gave me a challenge and said, can you create a cubist artwork, or, can you develop something in Aboriginal artwork style, then I'd have a challenge. I'd have something I could work towards. That's me personally. So I think setting a challenge is a great way to go. And there are a few that are quite popular at the moment that I think work really nicely. The first one there is design the playground we don't have now. So we can't get together in our playgrounds, but what virtual playground could we have? And you'll see on the left there, that is actually a playground built by a class in that challenge at the moment. So that's a really fun one to start with. Let's build a playground, and then you could hang out there in Freaky Friday if that's what you want to do. There's a really nice challenge on the Minecraft.net site, and it's very recently been posted, and that's build a better bedroom. Now, the better bedroom is to build a bedroom that includes ways to exercise.
My guys are doing that one.
Sorry?
My guys are doing that one.
Oh, great. Julie, how's it going?
Yeah, they're really enjoying it. They've, all got their different sporting loves, so they're incorporating that into their bedrooms. So it'll be interesting to see how it finishes up.
Well, great. There's your self-determination theory. There's kids building, they're putting their identity into it. So the sports and things that they care about and the ways of keeping fit that they care about can be part of it. So the challenge actually is meeting a lot of those needs. So that's a really fun one to start. It's quite low key. It'd be fun for parents to watch the kids building it and to talk the kids to tell their parents what it is they're building. There's a set of challenges on the Minecraft site as well, which are single player design challenges. Build a better bedroom is also single player, or can be multiplayer depending on how you want to host it. But the single player design challenges are nice if you want to set something and then have the children screen capture or photograph using the Minecraft camera what it is they've completed. And those build challenges are all 30-minute designs. So they're not a huge ask on kids. They're not something that you would expect them to build on forever. And those of you who were in our Minecraft Kickoff Day in Victoria, we did one of those, which was to build a portal that could take us to another world. And you saw in our team space all the fantastic portals that people planned. One that's popular at the moment is plan an escape room. Now, you could build it in Minecraft. You may just plan it out how it could look. It could be an individual project or it could be a multiplayer project. And I think that's a really a fun thing for kids to do. How to escape a room. It can have challenges and puzzles and all sorts of things you have to solve. And when you do, it can break a block and let you out. And the same with designing mini games. There are quite a few resources online that can support how to design a mini game. And they can be from very simple to quite complex. So the kids you've got who are very talented could be working on something much more extensive, something programmed, something quite complex. But I remember one of the simplest games I saw, and I really enjoyed playing, that a child designed, was a Year 4 student who designed a game. It was like a checkerboard, and you had to break a block. And it was kind of random. The other person was coming from the other side, you're coming from this side, and you're trying to get to each other's side by breaking a block and then moving around. But underneath the game piece in random places was lava. And so you would fall through into the lava, which causes kids just love dropping their teachers in lava. And that was a lot of fun. Very simple, but kids love playing it and coming in and spending 10 minutes playing each other's games. That's a really simple one, but it could be a very complex one if your kids are more into Minecraft. Designing a Zen sculpture garden is a really nice one, given this time where we're all a little frazzled. Building something that is calm and pleasant and thoughtfully designed to be a place of mindfulness maybe would be a really great way for kids to focus on something social, but something also of benefit to their social emotional space. For me, whatever challenges or activities you do, it's great for kids to keep some kind of reflective diary. Because when you come in and look at what kids have built, you might think, oh, that's cool, but I don't get what it is, or I don't get how much went into that, or I don't get why they did certain things. But if they take screenshots and build some kind of portfolio or write summaries, then they can give you a window into their thinking. And they can also, as I've said before, be giving you the points of assessment. So they're choosing what they want you to judge them on. I worked on this challenge for ages. I really had a hard time solving a certain part of it, but I accomplished it. And that's the thing I want you to recognize that I've done really well at. So whatever you're doing with kids, try and build in some kind of reflection. Sometimes the reflection itself is more valuable than the actual activity or the build. And sometimes in Minecraft, we can get so caught up on what kids are building that we lose sight of their thinking. Where were they coming from? What was it they were trying to accomplish? What are they feeling most proud about in this thing they've done?
And that solves a problem that I was thinking about, Bron, was the fact that when you're in the classroom with Minecraft, a lot of the assessments done by listening to the conversation and seeing incredible problem solving happening right there. But of course you don't have that when it's remote. So I think the diary becomes such an important tool.
Yes, absolutely. And those kind of conversations, just wandering around behind kids at computers and listening to what they're doing, is just awesome. And what they're trying to accomplish. Sometimes the challenge is very huge and they're trying to learn a whole lot of things to create that. I remember seeing a student last year who created a wave motion machine, and it wasn't quite timing right. He was getting so finicky about it, and he programmed it, so it was a coded thing. And what he was doing was very complex. I needed him to unpack that for me so that I could understand what it was he was doing, which was monumental. So I think we need a way to get into that with the kids, even in, fun things that they're doing. We want them to tell us what they were engaging in or what they took away from it. What fun did they have in doing this? Any other comments? Anyone else want to jump in?
Ron, I don't want to, you might be talking about this to everyone in a moment, but Mindful Night was something we had a go at. Are you going to talk about that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, let it go because I was just.
I'll get you to chime in on the next slide.
Yeah,
on the next one. Yeah. Anyone else?